Raja Ram Mohan Roy, the father of the Indian Renaissance, born in a prosperous Brahmin family in Ratanagar, Bengal on May 22, 1772, Roy's early years were spent immersed in the traditional teachings of Hindu scriptures and Sanskrit literature. His father, Ramakanta Roy, was a deeply religious man, while his mother, Tarini Devi, instilled in him the virtues of empathy and kindness. Roy's early education was diverse, ranging from Sanskrit to Persian, Arabic and later English. His exposure to various cultures and languages played a significant role in shaping his liberal outlook. He developed a critical mindset, questioning established norms and practices, and demonstrating a keen interest in global philosophies and religions. The young Roy embarked on a journey across India at the tender age of 16, soaking in the richness of Indian culture, religion and society. His travels took him to Tibet and the Himalayan region, where he studied Tibetan Buddhism and interacted with monks and scholars. This journey further broadened his perspectives and deepened his understanding of different religions and cultures. Upon his return, Roy found employment with the East India Company, where his curiosity and intellect were further nurtured. He developed a keen interest in political and social issues, and the need for reform became increasingly apparent to him. The death of his brother in 1815 deeply affected Roy, prompting him to question the prevailing social norms and rituals. The tragedy led him to delve deeper into religious texts and philosophy, seeking answers and ways to reform society. Raja Ram Mohan Roy's early life, education and diverse experiences laid the foundation for his future endeavors as a social reformer and journalist. His journey was marked by a relentless pursuit of knowledge, a commitment to societal progress, and a deep desire to challenge and change the status quo. Now, let's delve deeper into his significant contributions to Indian society and journalism. Raja Ram Mohan Roy wasn't just a scholar, he was a force of social change. His life was marked by a ceaseless struggle against deeply ingrained social evils that plagued the society of his time. A champion for women's rights, Roy vehemently opposed the practice of Sati, a cruel tradition where widows were compelled to immolate themselves on their husbands' funeral pyres. His opposition didn't stop at Sati. He also stood up against child marriage and polygamy, advocating for a woman's right to choose her path in life. But perhaps his most revolutionary stance was his opposition to the caste system, a divisive social structure that had held sway for centuries. In a society bound by tradition, these were radical views indeed. However, his reformist spirit didn't limit itself to challenging social norms. He was also a visionary religious reformer, founding the Brahmo Samaj in 1828. This movement sought to reform Hinduism by eliminating practices such as idol worship and animal sacrifice, and by challenging caste distinctions. Roy's advocacy didn't stop at societal and religious reforms. His vision extended to the legal rights of women as well. He ardently advocated for women's rights to property inheritance, a significant stride towards gender equality in a society where women were often marginalized and deprived of their rightful inheritance. His fight against social evils was just one aspect of his multifaceted persona. His contributions to education were equally noteworthy. As we delve further into the life of this extraordinary man, we'll see how his advocacy for modern education helped shape the future of India, making him not just a social reformer but a pioneer of progress. So stay tuned as we continue our journey into the life and legacy of Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Education for Raja Ram Mohan Roy was a tool for societal enlightenment. This belief fundamentally shaped his approach to reforming the Indian education system. Rather than adhering to traditional Sanskrit learning, Roy championed the cause of modern English education. He regarded this as a pathway to opening up new horizons of knowledge and understanding, thus fostering a more intellectually stimulated society. As an advocate for modern education, Roy's influence was instrumental in establishing key educational institutions. These included the likes of Hindu College and the Anglo-Hindu School. His vision? To cultivate an enlightened and liberal educational system in India. A system that would not only impart knowledge, but would also encourage critical thinking and foster intellectual curiosity among students. The Hindu College, founded in 1817, served as a hallmark of Roy's progressive educational ideology. The institution aimed to provide students with a comprehensive education, blending both traditional Indian and modern Western knowledge. This was a significant departure from the prevalent education system that was heavily rooted in religious texts and doctrines. The Anglo-Hindu school, on the other hand, was a testament to Roy's commitment to inclusivity in education. Established in 1822, the school offered instruction in English, and sought to provide education to all sections of society, irrespective of caste or economic standing. This was a bold step towards democratizing education in a society that was deeply divided along the lines of caste and class. Roy's vision for education went beyond just knowledge acquisition. He saw education as a means of fostering intellectual independence, encouraging students to question, debate, and form their own opinions. This, he believed, was the true essence of education, not just learning but understanding and applying that knowledge for the betterment of society. Roy's commitment to societal progress extended beyond education. He was a staunch defender of political and press freedom. His belief in the power of knowledge and enlightenment was not confined to the realms of academia. Roy saw these principles as fundamental to the functioning of a democratic society, advocating for their application in the political sphere as well. Raja Ram Mohan Roy believed in the power of the press as a tool for social change. This conviction was the driving force behind his unwavering opposition to British political subjugation and press censorship. He was an ardent believer in the freedom of the press, seeing it as a lifeline, a vital conduit between the government and the people. Roy understood that a free press could facilitate informed discourse, foster educational growth, and hold the government accountable. It was this understanding that led him to use journalism as a platform for his reformist ideas. His journalistic ventures were aimed not just at disseminating information, but also at sparking critical thought and debate among the masses. One of his significant contributions to journalism was the establishment of the Bengali weekly paper, Sambad Kaumudi. Through this publication, Roy aimed to address societal issues, advocate for free education for underprivileged children, and challenge caste prejudices. His goal was to enlighten his readers, to make them question established norms, and to foster a spirit of inquiry and reform. Roy's commitment to press freedom was not just theoretical, he demonstrated it through his actions. When the press ordinance was enacted and James Silk Buckingham was deported in 1823, Roy responded by halting the publication of his Persian journal, Mirat-ul-Akhbar. This act of protest was a clear message to the British authorities. He would not compromise on the freedom of the press. Despite the challenges he faced, Roy's conviction in the power of the press remained unshakable. He continued to establish newspapers and journals, each one a testament to his commitment to press freedom, his belief in the power of words, and his vision of a society enlightened by knowledge and rational discourse. His belief in the power of the press led him to establish several newspapers and journals, marking his significant contributions to journalism. Roy's legacy as a champion of press freedom continues to inspire journalists and reformers alike, reminding us of the power of the press as a tool for social change. Raja Ram Mohan Roy, the social reformer and scholar, was also a pioneering journalist and publisher. His deep understanding of the press as a tool for enlightenment and change led him to establish several newspapers and journals, each serving its unique purpose. One of his significant journalistic ventures was the Sambad Kaumudi, a Bengali-language weekly paper launched in 1821. Not just a newspaper, Sambad Kaumudi was a beacon of light, promoting reading habits, sparking discussions, and advocating for education for all. Through this platform, Roy addressed the issues that the common people grappled with daily, such as the need for free education for poor children and the societal challenges posed by caste prejudices. In April of 1822, Roy launched Mirat-ul-Akhbar, a weekly Persian language journal, the first of its kind in India. This journal was not just about news, it was a platform where Roy communicated his political and social views to the educated elite. He stressed the importance of truth-seeking and intellectual discourse. Moreover, Mirat-ul-Akhbar featured articles on scientific topics, underscoring Roy's commitment to promoting knowledge and rational inquiry. However, Roy's journalistic journey was not all smooth sailing. In 1823, in response to the press ordinance and the deportation of James Silk Buckingham, Roy halted the publication of Mirat-ul-Akhbar. This bold decision was a clear testament to his commitment to press freedom and his readiness to stand against oppressive governmental policies. In addition to these, Roy also launched the Brahmanical magazine, an English periodical, in 1821. Although its existence was short-lived, the magazine aimed to counteract the effects of missionary propaganda and promote the values of Hinduism to a wider audience. It served as a testament to Roy's ability to use journalism as a tool for social reform and intellectual enlightenment. Thus, Raja Ram Mohan Roy's impact on Indian society and journalism was profound. His relentless efforts for social reform, education, and press freedom continue to inspire us today. His legacy as a journalist and publisher remains a shining example of the power of the press in shaping society and driving change.